Hello everyone, this is Christy Estelle with a special full moon edition of an Astro Minute. The full moon is today, 4/12 of 2025. It is a Libra full moon and it apexes or hits its top point at 7:22 p.m. But I wanted to give you a heads up on some of the energies before that. So throughout the day, these energies are building towards this full moon. And full moons are moments of release. And we're releasing in Libra, which is the sign energy of balance, of friendships, of relationships. Relationships can mean many different things. A lot of times they're interpersonal, but sometimes they're also your relationship to work or to food. And with this full moon energy, we're really figuring out what belongs and what doesn't belong. At the apex or the top point at 7:22 p.m., you're going to be able to release some of this energy. And then shortly after that, which is very interesting, Venus goes direct. And Venus is that planet of love, of money, of creativity. It also rules Libra. So I think you're going to feel an even greater release of your ability to be creative, to think creatively, and also of your ability to connect with other people and feel compassion for yourself. So you may feel a little bit guilty throughout the day because you have this energy of Chiron, the wounded healer, conjuncting the sun earlier in the day at 11 a.m. Central Time. So from that point until that full moon apexes at 7:22 p.m., a lot of wounds could be coming up. Chiron is the planet of wounds you've carried in from your childhood, for example, things that you're worried about. And I don't know about you, but I've been feeling a lot of these little hits again, things that I thought maybe I was over, feelings that have been wounded, wounds that I have healed. And so all of these can come up for review and for potential release again at that apex full moon time. So feel free to maybe collect in your heart anything and then try to process through. There's a lot of grounding that probably needs to happen throughout the day in order to release these energies bit by bit. You can release it all at once at the full moon if you would like to via ceremony. I always recommend ceremony. Because Libra is an air sign, it sometimes helps to talk about it or perhaps even to just release something on the wind. So writing anything down that you're ready to release on something that's organic like a leaf and then releasing it into the wind is a wonderful ceremony for releasing any energies you're ready to let go of. But know that we're going to be feeling these wounds throughout the day. And throughout the day, it comes closer and closer to our center, to those things that reside in our subconscious, because the moon is not always the energy that we see overtly. So while that sun conjuncting Chiron at 11 a.m. Central Time is very, very blatant about what is there and what isn't, there's some subtler energies with the moon moving to an opposition to this Chiron energy throughout the day through your subconscious. So those subtle energies may be things that you didn't realize, like me, were still hanging around. Perhaps from, again, childhood, could be hanging around from some previous lifetimes, if you believe in that, that you're carrying through. All of these are energies that are ripe for release, especially with that Chiron conjunct Sun energy, which will be present throughout the day, but that only happens once a year. So these are all very big energies stewing in the pot today. If you feel a little bit exhausted, you are right on time. These are energies that can make you feel a little bit overwhelmed or like, how am I going to process through these energies? And you may have been feeling these energies for a couple of days before the full moon, and they can be present for a couple of days after. So highly recommend, again, that progressive release throughout the day if you can find time to do so. Release it into the earth via grounding, or if you just need to talk to a really, really good friend. This has been a brief overview of the full moon in Libra energies for 4/12 of 2025. And as always, keep your astrology uplifting.